Good morning and welcome to this Monday Morning Minute. I'm Dr. Todd Shatkin, and it brings me such pleasure to have Dr. Gordon Christensen sitting next to me here in Buffalo, New York at our training center, our world-class training center, the Shatkin First Training Center. We've got a full house here of dentists from all over the country eager to learn about mini dental implants. Gordon, it's been such a great honor having you as a friend, as a colleague for all these years, and thank you so much for lecturing with us and helping teach dentists about the wonderful advantages of mini dental implants.
I'm pleased and honored to do so, Todd. You've been a real pioneer in that area. You've had people fighting you. You've had people frustrated with mini implants, saying they don't work, don't work, don't work. I've been doing them since they were cleared through Food and Drug Administration in 1997.
Yeah.
Hundreds of them. And now, for those of you listening to this, small diameter implants have now been proven to work better than conventional diameter implants. And why is that? Because the conventional diameter implant is two pieces, and that juncture between the two pieces squishes out bug manure, if you will, all the way around into the gingival sulcus.
So you think that the micro movement and the small micro gap is encouraging bacteria growth and bone loss?
One of the major reasons for implant failure is the microorganism activity in gingival sulcus. In fact, with standard diameter implants now, they're promoting supra-bone placement for the juncture or supragingival in the posterior part of the mouth. So many implants have been vindicated. And it's almost a joke now to hear those who were condemning them now get condemned themselves.
Yeah. Well, I find it interesting, Gordon, because you're right. Both you and I have so I'm sure you've heard it many, many times from colleagues and specialists saying mini implants don't work and all this stuff. and that's what I heard for many, many years. And of course, the big manufacturers, the big companies, and I'm not going to mention any names, but the large implant manufacturers were condemning minis for years and years and years.
Now they're
making mini implants, and they're coming to me for advice on how to make them.
And me.
And it's just kind of a funny thing, because I predicted this about 10 years ago. I said, the big implants are going to get smaller, and the mini implants are going to get a little bigger. And they meet in the middle at about a 2.5, 3.0, 3.3.
You got it.
And the one-piece design is, like you said, I think is critical, because you have no micro movement and no microbacteria. And we just don't have the peri-implantitis that we get with conventional implants.
That's right. Back in the time when mini implants were not, that was before 1997. They were there, but they were kind of in the closet.
Right.
Anyway, what has happened since then? Have the mini implants changed? No, just the attitude toward them has changed.
Yeah. And the research has helped that too.
Oh, yeah.
Success rates.
I look at thousands of edentulous people, as you do. In fact, the average typical practice, as you people viewing this probably know, the average general practice of 2,000 has at least 200 people who are edentulous.
Yeah.
And half of those have a ridge that's not big enough for a standard diameter implant. So what are you going to do? Cut off half their head to put an implant in?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
The mini implant basically solves that.
It's very seldom that a patient walks in your door with a 7 millimeter wide ridge. It's almost unheard of.
Almost impossible.
And so that's why they come in with 3 millimeters or 4 or 2.5, and the only way to get around it is either, like you said, cut half the jaw off and get a flat shelf, or put the minis in. But listen, you're no spring chicken.
No.
If you were to lose a tooth right now, let's say you lost one of your incisors, what kind of implant would you want to have in your mouth?
You just saw me demonstrate the use of small diameter implants, a 2.4, a 2.9, depending on the space between them. Often there's only 4 or 5 millimeters of space between the teeth.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I lost number 15 in my mouth about 9 years ago, and I had one of my associates put in 2 mini implants and a molar crown on it. I don't even know what's there. It feels just like my own teeth. It doesn't bleed at all, doesn't collect food, it's comfortable. And just yesterday, when I was doing my live demonstration before you got here, I had a lady who I was extracting number 7 and placing a mono implant, which is a type of a mini implant, a 3 millimeter mono. and I didn't even realize it because I hadn't seen her in about 15 years. She left town and came back and needed this tooth replaced and came back to me. And I realized that I had done tooth number 8 and 9 21 years ago on her, and 4 and 5 21 years ago. At the same time, we did teeth 4, 5, 8, and 9. We took post-op x-rays, and there was zero bone loss, no mobility, no discomfort, and she loves her mini implants. 21 years later, they look and feel the same as they did the day we put them in, without not even a quarter of a millimeter of bone loss. They look amazing, and she came back for the number 7 tooth. So that's a testament, and I see this all the time. I've been doing these, like you said, since 1999. You started a little earlier than me, and I've done probably 40,000 mini implants for single teeth, multiple teeth, denture stabilization, and the full arch restorations, and they're holding up beautifully. And nothing's 100% successful, but we have well over 90% success over that long period of time. And like you said, if I lost a tooth today, I'd have my son put a mini implant in.
Implant is an implant. I don't care whether it's 1.8 or 7 millimeters. We have to have the whole gamut of them.
I agree. And Shatkin First has implants ranging from the 2.0 all the way up to the 5 millimeter diameters in the one-piece design. And I'm a big advocate of that one piece, like you said, because you don't have a micro gap, you don't have micro movement, and the implants are highly successful. So, Gordon, it's always a pleasure and an honor. And you're coming back again in November to see us.
Good.
So we're excited.